once again I'm in Baltimore, and this is my vest. You guys were mistakenly assuming that vest I was wearing when loading that drill bit machine, it was mine. No, it was a loaner, because I forgot to buy a new one. So I got this one in, I think I got this in where, Dansville? No, somewhere else, some other truck stop, and this was like $8, you know, very nice. Usually the problem with these, they're very hot. So anyway, I'm happy that I was here before. It's like this guy is turning back. Why? Because it says do not enter without high visibility vest, and that's always the story in the port. You cannot go, like, you would think, why do you need a vest when you check in, right? But I've been to this particular terminal before, and okay, maybe that's my guy. So basically you go check in, and then they say go wait. Like usually, actually, you check in and there's like everything is in red, you know, like pretty much like they can put a message, we hate you, and that would explain a lot. But instead they have everything in red. On the gate it says truckers do not enter before checking in. Then over here, stop, do not enter without high visibility vest. Truck driver, check in. Entrance. And then when you go to the window, do not knock on the window. I'm serious, like in red it says do not knock on the window. So you have to go, like if you don't know what it is, like you start looking for a door, there's no door. You have to stand in front of that window. You cannot knock, you cannot cough, you just have to wait till they open. And the guy opens the window like this. He opens the window and he looks at you, because he sits like this, and he's like, what do you have, what do you got? And again, around the window there's more notices in red. One of them I can see from here says 3 copies of dock receipts required, and then below that it says no, we do not make copies. I'm serious, again in red. No, we do not make copies or receive faxes. So basically, if you show up there with only 1 copy of the dock receipt, especially without the high visibility vest, they cannot help you. But today that looks like they're busy, because usually you check in and then the guy says okay, drive in. But this time he says he took my and I had only 2 copies. But to the right of the 3 copies of dock receipts required, it says 2 copies of delivery order. And delivery order, that's what you need when you're picking up. A dock receipt is when you're dropping off something. And so lucky for me, it says 2 copies of delivery order, and I had 2, and so I handed in through that tiny crack in the window that the guy pulled. I wasn't sure if I needed my mask, so I just put it like this, and I gave him my 2 copies of my delivery order and my pass. You know, when you check in before entering the port, they talk to you like for 20 minutes. Where you going? What's your name? Are you by yourself? And you cannot hear anything. And she's like, are you picking up or dropping off? Picking up. And they used to have a phone in there. Now that phone does not work. Maybe it does now, but it says basically use your mobile phone, call this number. And there's cameras everywhere, so they can see your plate. So now they, like this time they didn't even ask me what my plate was, but and sometimes, you know, they ask you that and you don't remember. So I had my phone, I have a picture of my license plate on my other phone, and I opened it to that picture, and I was waiting for her to answer. But of course, when you're ready, they never answer that. But next time you show up and you don't bring that picture up, and of course she's asking you, what's your license plate? And I don't remember. So you have to, can you hold on, and just, you have to jump out and go look at your license plate. So basically the guy says somebody will come and get you. That's the expression. Somebody will come and get you, wait in your truck. And I'm like, what? I cannot hear him through that tiny little wait in your truck. And I'm like, how the heck does he know what my truck is, right? But actually on the plate. All right, so this guy just showed up on a pickup truck, gave me a thumbs up, so now I have to follow him. All right, I just stopped outside of the pass booth, as they call it, you know, where you hand your pass to the girl with the super beautiful 20-color nails, because I guess that's all they do, you know, when they wait for trucks. So now, I stopped because they are sending me on downhill road again. So evidently there's something going on that bridge. You know, before we always used to exit through Keith Avenue, same way you can come in when you're empty, but on the way back nowadays they always send you through that crazy railroad crossing on Dunhill. And what's funny is that there's a sign there that says no trucks. But I guess they didn't get the memo, so yeah, there's a sign on the right says no through trucks over 3/4 of a ton from here to Dundalk Avenue at all times. See, like this guy goes left, no big deal, but I gotta go straight. And this railroad cross, I mean this traffic signal is very short. See, like one truck, that's it, one truck was able to go, and now I have to climb that huge hill. But actually it's not as bad as it seems, because it's very like the approach is very long. You know what I mean? So this is Browning Highway. There's some kind of a construction going on. But that's why I stopped past the booth over there, because I always raise my trailer. And I just don't like this crossing. And that's how they send all the heavy loads, heavy and oversized loads, they send like this. So I showed you guys this before, but I'm just gonna show you this crazy road. And last time, that's how I got a ticket in Maryland. I raised the trailer, and then of course, you know, I'm too tall, so you have to drop it back. And I stopped over here. Yeah, see, it seems like awful, but actually it's pretty gradual. Well, if I kept it at the same height like before, I would definitely hit it. But last time when I had that big Volvo excavator, so I stopped here, and you know, what do you do? Yeah, there's signs everywhere, but you know, you gotta stop somewhere, otherwise I'm gonna hit a bridge. And so I stopped here, I dropped the trailer, and I forgot that I had a loose timber on my deck. Never happened to me before, but this time, you know, I thought, okay, I'm gonna take it off as soon as I leave the port. And then the guy shows up, gives me all the paperwork, and he says, yeah, I don't need to stop anymore at the exit, you can go. Oh, check this out, the guy is piloting a toy car, like a remotely operated toy car. Okay, hold on. So now we just have to, oh, see over there, a red car? So now I just have to drop the trailer. This area used to be open before, and people would park in here. And so I'm guessing this guy complained, the guy who's driving his car over there, he complained. and they put these big blocks in here. But you see what they did? They put them like 2-3 feet away from this road, so at least this gives us the room. All right, so that's how I go now. Okay, let's see if this thing, did it find my route? How is it sending me? Oh, I think that's how it should be, yeah. Eastern Avenue. As long as I can make this turn without killing too many civilians. Nailed the corner. Oh yeah, Kane. Okay, so I know this. Now the only trick here is that a loop right before you, like the ramp to 95 is very sharp. I remember this one. So yeah, nobody knows for sure what this thing is. Like I'm hauling, it's something top secret, made in Germany. I believe it's a artificial satellite. Check this out. Old lady is crossing the street on red light, and she has a walker with 4 wheels. And I wonder, did she do the pre-trip inspection? You know, that's what worries me. Like, you're crossing on the red light, that's no big deal, but did you check your tire pressure? That's very important in summer, in hot weather, because you get a flat tire in the middle of the intersection, you're already crossing on the red, and then you have a flat tire on top of that, you can be in trouble, you know? So old ladies with walkies, please do your pre-trip. All right, where are we turning? We're turning in 2.6 clicks on Kane Street. So yeah, I believe this is a satellite because it has those kind of like solar panels things, you know, like they're folded now, but once they unfold it, it looks like an old style Russian or even Mexican satellite. That's my guess. And this is a very low budget production because they installed wheels, right, to move this. I'm guessing at the launch pad. You know, they installed the wheels, but they only installed 2 wheels. Let me say that again. This machine, this satellite, has 2 wheels only. So I'm guessing they ran out of funding. So like I said, a very low budget production. All right, where is this guy going? So anyway, this thing is very urgent because, you know, you cannot stop space exploration. But I'm happy to report that my awesome, amazing negotiating skills came in handy right again. So the guy posted this. I call him and he says, I said, what's the price? Hold on, let me put my ear set on. Yeah, that was my broker. He wanted to know how they loaded this. Did they load it with a crane or did they load it with a forklift? I'm guessing his customer is asking, because if they use the crane, that would be much more expensive, you know, like I'm pretty sure they charge customers for this. And they made me turn around because the one guy says, I remember there was like a note. There was a note from the customer saying that they want the wheels. They want the wheels in the back because they want me to unhook the neck at the delivery point, and they will just tow it with a tractor or forklift, you know. I'm always missing this. This time I remembered, and of course a guy goes right next to me. So, because I need to be in this lane. And that guy, that gray car, he was also turning right, but I guess he's out of patience. But yeah, I started saying that my negotiating skills came in handy. So the guy posted this load, or actually no, he told me that. I called him, I said, well, so what's the rate? He gives me a rate. I said, can you pay this, like higher, 35% higher? He says, no, he says, max I can do is this, which was already higher than before. And I say, well, I would do it for that price. The only problem is that, you know, I have a 60-ton trailer. So I weigh 60,000 pounds. And this thing is 26,000. So I said 60 and 26 is 86. Which means I need permits. So basically I need permits for this 6,000 pounds. Yeah, as long as I make this corner, I will take 95 to New York. Yeah, it's not fun, you know, driving with a quad trailer, man. And why do I have a quad trailer? Because I wasn't sure about that drill rig, right? It's always good to have a extra axle when you're hauling a drill rig. Okay, now the last obstacle before me and the freeway is that crazy turn, and I'm staying in this lane, and then I'm gonna signal and wait till they let me in, because if I try to turn from that lane, my wheels will be all over the curb. All right, so oh wow, look at this. One guy actually saw me. Unbelievable. A guy responded to my signal, slowed down and created a gap. Thank you, kind sir, in silver Chevy crossover, like a SUV on the chassis of a car. And so yeah, the guy didn't want to pay what I wanted, but then eventually he changed his mind, and look at this cop. What is that? What do you guys think? 90 miles an hour? Nah, maybe 89. And so yeah, I'm getting a good deal on a load which weighs 26,000 pounds. So it's legal width, legal height. So I'm only 6,000 pounds over, and that's why I need the permits. And I had all my I ordered permits yesterday, and by the time I finished loading, I had all the permits.